Hello, I'm Austin Heyman. Welcome to Seniors Today, a monthly program produced by the Commission on Aging and devoted entirely to issues and interests of Montgomery County seniors. This month we learn about two different nonprofit organizations providing services to county seniors who are either blind or need legal help. But first, there's no question that Montgomery County is a wonderful place to live and raise a family. But for seniors on a fixed retirement income, the cost of living here can be quite high, including taxes. Well, joining me to tell us about some programs to help seniors is Joseph Beach, the director of the county's finance department. Well, welcome to Seniors Today,
Hi.
Joe.
Thank you.
So, as I said, it's a challenging time economically for folks, and particularly with the county executive has proposing a tax increase. So, tell us about some of the programs that exist that provide some relief.
Okay. The state and county actually have several property tax relief programs. The first one I want to talk about is the homeowner's property tax credit. And there's actually three parts to that program, and you can qualify for each one of those credits individually. First of all, there's a state homeowner's tax credit. That is a credit against the state, county, and municipal property tax. And second, there is a county supplement to that program as well, which applies to a larger part of your taxable assessment. And third, under that umbrella, is a senior property tax credit.
So the state one, anybody can apply. That's not specifically to seniors. Actually, anybody in the county could apply for
Yeah,
that.
that's correct. As long as you meet the eligibility requirements,
Right.
yes, you can apply.
And is there some notion, how much would that save the average person, do you think?
Well, the average of those who are eligible for the state homeowner's tax credit is about nearly $1,300.
Wow. Now, the county supplemental one, that's also not age specific, or is it?
It's not age specific either. There are some income requirements, there are some net worth requirements, and it only applies to a certain amount of your taxable assessment.
Okay.
But there is no age requirement for that program.
But the third one is senior property tax. Obviously, is it? What is the age?
It's at least 65 years of age, and then again, there's some income requirements and some net worth requirements as well.
And so, what's a notion of about what's the approximate average on that one? Do we have a sense of?
Well, for the senior property tax credit, it's about $200, but you can qualify for the supplement, which is about an average of $990. And then there's as I mentioned before, the homeowner's tax credit.
So that's significant if you add them all up.
Oh, it can be, yes,
Yeah.
if you meet those requirements.
So how do we apply for these?
Okay, so for the homeowner's tax credit and the two other related program, there's one application.
Oh,
You would
that's
file
good.
that with the State Department of Assessments and Taxation. That's available on the Department of Assessments and Taxation's website, which is www.dat.maryland.gov, or you can call 311. And they will can show you can provide you with the application.
So is there a deadline for applying for that?
Yes, there is. September 1st of each year is the deadline.
Well, that sounds like important information. Now, if I don't own a property, but perhaps I'm a renter, is there any relief for a renter?
Yes, there is. There's actually a state renter's property tax credit program and a county supplement to that as well. There's some income requirements for that, and you can be eligible if you're at least 60 years old, if you're disabled, or if you meet certain income requirements if you're at or below the poverty level as well. And there, again, the application deadline is September 1st.
You said that's a state? Or?
It's a state program, and if you apply for the state program and you're deemed eligible, you automatically become eligible for the county supplement, which is 50% of the state benefit.
So that's a significant help too.
Oh, it definitely can be. The credit for the state can go up to $750, and the county would be a 50% match of that.
But as you say, the eligibility is age He says he's 60?
Yes, yes. Or you could, if you are disabled.
There's no age. Yeah,
That's right. That's correct.
And then there's an income requirement as well.
That's correct.
All right. Well, that's important information. Now, I understand there's a relatively new program which is related to home improvement.
Yes, there's the county a couple years ago passed legislation and issued some regulations that we call the Design for Life credit. And what that provides is if you make renovations to your home that make it either visitable or livable for someone with disabilities or is elderly, the county will provide up to a $2,500 tax credit for the value of those improvements.
So that would be like if you widen a door or...
That's correct.
But what about, just installing grab bars, would that?
That could qualify, and then if you change the threshold or have a ramp or any of the requirements, again, if you called 311, they can give you more detail on that program.
Right. And does your office have a website that folks can also look at for getting information?
Yes, we do, at www.montgomerycountymd.gov. And then if you go to the finance webpage, on the left side of that webpage, you can see tax information. On the right side of the webpage, there's a button where you can look up your property tax bill.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, that's great. So are there deadlines for this home improvement? When do you apply for that?
When you're going through the permitting process, you can apply for that program. And there's disclosure requirements when you purchase a home, but it would really happen through the permitting process prior to when the renovations are made.
Oh, I see. Okay. That sounds good. Well, those are helpful tools, I must say. As director of the Office of Finance, so you have been obviously intimately involved in looking at the financial situation which the county executive had described in his budget message. Could you give us a little bit of a flavor of where we are?
Well, the county has a number of challenges right now. First of all, we have increasing enrollment in our Montgomery County Public Schools, which puts pressure on the budget as well, since we're the main funding source for the local K-12 education programs. Second, the county had an adverse outcome to a court case that went all the way to the Supreme Court.
Right.
That's known as a Wynn income tax case. Under that, the finding of that case by the Supreme Court, the state has to make a certain amount of refunds to eligible property.
Yeah, that's a significant challenge. Yeah.
It really is, and it could be up to $76 million in refunds, both in fiscal year 17 and 18.
So that's the thing that's really helping to put the constraint on the ability to move forward.
It really is,
and
yeah.
that's a rationale for the need for a property tax increase.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Well, thanks for coming in and giving us some help on where to look for some relief.
You're welcome. I'm glad to do it.
Thanks for coming. When we return, we'll tell about an organization bringing the printed word to the visually impaired. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a way to get around downtown Silver Spring? Hop on the Route 28 Van Go Free Circulator. The Route 28 Van Go Free Circulator provides rides Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to midnight and Friday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. Fast, convenient, and free. There's no better way to get around downtown. To find out more information about the Route 28 Van Go Free Circulator, including route information, visit us online or dial 311.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now. Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. Established in 1974, the Metropolitan Washington Ear is a nonprofit organization providing reading and information services for blind, visually impaired, and physically disabled people. And joining me to tell us more is Neely Opplinger, the Executive Director of the Metropolitan Washington Ear. Well, welcome to Seniors Today.
Thank you very much.
Well, you have a very interesting role to play. Tell us a little bit about the work of the organization.
Okay. Well, our mission is to improve the lives of people who have a vision loss, perhaps blindness, low vision, or people who are disabled and have the kind of a disability that prevents them from reading print. And we want to improve their lives and help them deal with this challenge. It's not a crippling challenge, it's something that can be dealt with. So we provide access, free access to news and information. This is the information age. So this.
How do you do that?
Well, we do that with 4 services. We have a radio reading service that's how we started. It's a radio station, and then we expanded to add a telephone call-in service. So the difference is that the radio broadcast is 24 hours a day, but they're only 24 hours in a day, so that is the
radio
number of hours.
So is there a particular station, or do I get
a sighted person cannot listen to it unless they go to our website because of copyright laws, or restrictions. So the radio is broadcast over a subcarrier channel that is donated to us by WIDA FM, the public station. And we loan radios to anyone who...
Oh, so that's how I listen to it, on a radio that you loan?
Yes.
Okay.
And that we loan because we don't want to charge anybody for anything that we do, and they keep that radio as long as they need it and can use it.
So that's available 24 hours a day?
Yes.
Then, yeah.
And our telephone dial-in service is also available 24 hours a day.
How does that work?
Well, it has more information on it because we're not limited to the 24-hour a day. And so people call in on an unlisted number that we give them, and they use a touch-tone phone to access multiple hundreds of publications. And so we have about 40 hours on there, and people can skip and scan the way you would read the paper. You don't start on page 1 of the front page and go straight through to the sports and read every article. So people choose the category they want. Our premier paper is the Washington Post, but we have the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times.
So I dial in a certain number to get the Washington Post?
Yes, and there's an index at the beginning, but most people, once they know which publications they want, they don't need the index. It's quite a long index. So people put in their publication number, then they put in the category number. We have.
So if I want to read the sports section,
you can go there first. You can go to the comics. You could go to the food ads. People need not only the national news and local news, but they need everyday living tools. The TV listings, people like that. The shopping ads. If we don't read Snyder's early enough in the morning, that's an independent store in Montgomery County, most people know. Somebody calls us, where's Snyder's? Well, we're getting it in now. We try to get everything in early because that's when people need it.
So, so you've mentioned the radio and then this dial-in service.
Yes.
I understand you also have something called the personal lookup service. What is that?
We do. Well, it started because with the Washington Post we read everything in the dial-in, but we couldn't read the classified ads or the stock quotes because you can think about how long that would take. One day would run into the next. So it started that people could call 7 to 9 in the evening and ask for anything they wanted that might be included in those sections. But it's expanded now with the internet. You can look up anything, and we will look up anything that we can find.
Oh, so it's a time period. So you said 7 to 9. Is that what?
Well, that's when it's supposed to be, and when it's manned by volunteers. But if someone calls our office in the day, we would certainly stop what we're doing and look it up.
So let me walk through this. So I call up and I want to know, where can I buy tires for a car?
actually, interesting that you said that. I found some vintage hubcaps for somebody.
Oh, is that right?
Who, you know, some of the things that people ask for, I think, oh, I don't know if I can find this or not.
I was wondering,
And-
so what kind of calls do you get?
Well, the most interesting, which I give as an example whenever I go somewhere to speak, is that I was working late at night at the office doing testimony, and I really didn't want an interruption because it was the next day and I had to get it all ready. And someone called and he said, I'm looking for a Jewish bakery in the Wheaton-Glenmont area that's open at night.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you can imagine, I just thought, oh, you're kidding. I didn't say that. I said, oh, sure, I'll be glad to look that up for you. I'm going to call you right back. I didn't want to do it with him on the phone in case it took an hour.
Right.
So I Googled it that way, a little shorter, but it came right up. There is one,
Okay.
and
Right.
he was delighted, and I was relieved.
Well, that's a terrific service. Now, I understand also that you do something with live stage productions.
We do.
Tell us
This
about
is something that we're really known for because our founder, who was blind, developed it. It started with Arena Stage calling our founder, Dr. Fansteel, and saying, we have some money for accessibility. Can you help us? And she said, oh, yes. She had this in mind. She loved theater. She loved the opera. She loved museums. So it's a process by which a specially trained volunteer will speak through a transmitter. The description is transmitted into a headset worn by the patrons, so nobody else in the theater is disturbed by it or hears it. And we describe anything that is visual, because obviously the visually impaired person
So
can...
I'm going to the theater
Yes.
at the Arena Stage or wherever,
Yes.
and I have a seat, and I can hear, but I can't see.
Right. So we describe what you can't see, because that's important
Where
to
does
the
this
play.
person sit so they don't disturb the audience? How do they do that?
The describer?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it depends on the theater. Some theaters have a nice sound booth and
Oh,
the
really?
describer sits there.
Oh.
Others put you right in the audience, hopefully in the back,
Right.
sometimes way in the back.
Right.
We've been all over the place. We've had to walk on catwalks. But the point is, we describe the settings, the costumes, the lighting,
that's terrific.
the action.
So before we run out of time, I want to be sure that people have your phone number if they want to call and find out how to get involved.
Okay, our phone number is 301-681-6636, and that's our office number, and anybody would be happy to help.
And also, what about a website? Do you have a?
We have a website. If you look at it, it's pretty old, but we are trying to update it. It's www.washear, WASHEAR.org, O-R-G.
And we're almost out of time. I wanted to also mention, you have obviously volunteers who are doing this. So if I'm interested in volunteering, I can also call up. Is there a training program?
Oh yes, there's an audition. Everybody does not pass. You have to have a certain pleasing delivery, which you do. And there are vocabulary words, there's cold readings. Once you pass the audition, then we're just delighted to have you, and there's a training period.
Terrific. Well, it's a wonderful service that you provide. Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
coming.
much. We are so happy to have people know about us.
Thank you. When we come back, we'll close the show today with information on obtaining free civil legal services. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. Maryland Legal Aid is a nonprofit organization providing a full range of free civil legal services to financially qualified Marylanders and people over 60. And joining me to tell us more is Kelly Perkins, a staff attorney with the Maryland Legal Aid Bureau. So welcome to Seniors Today.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit about the Maryland Legal Aid Society. I don't think we've ever had you guys on.
Well, thank you for having us again. It's Maryland Legal Aid Bureau. We have a statewide law firm that covers all the counties in the state. So you might not have an individual office in your county, but we have an office nearby that covers your county.
But we do have one in Montgomery
County.
County.
And we do have one
and
in Montgomery County.
You're part of it.
I am it. Yes, we have the Montgomery County office just right up the street from you here. And
in Rockville.
In Rockville, yes. And we have been there for many years, and we just recently moved into a new office, like you said, in Rockville.
Right. So what are the kinds of, you mentioned we mentioned it was free.
Yes.
What kind of services do you provide?
So we do civil litigation. So what that means is that we do employment law, we do domestic law, we do Medicaid, we do housing, we do consumer. So basically everything except for criminal, and we don't tend to do any type of trust or wills or powers of attorney work.
Okay. So the criteria for my coming to your office would be
Yes.
I have to be over 60.
Yes, to come to me. I'm the elder law attorney, so
Right.
yes.
Oh, but the office does much broader than that.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, if I'm a senior and over 60, I'd come to you.
Yeah.
And then are there some income requirements as well?
Yes. Our income requirements are on our website if you want more information. I'm just going to give a little brief summary. But it's generally 50% of the Maryland median income. So what that means is that if you're a household of one, you would qualify if you have income that's under $27,934. If you're a household of two, it's $36,529. But we do make exceptions based on need and resources available.
So you have something called a legal helpline. What's that?
We do. We have the Senior Legal Helpline. So seniors all around the state can call it, and they would get in touch with an intake worker who would do their brief intake, and then it would get sent to the office where the person lives.
So what is the legal helpline number?
It is 866-635-2948.
So I understand you also now have a veterans hotline?
We do.
Is that in the county or is that
That's statewide.
Statewide.
It's called Joining Forces. We just started that, and the hotline comes through us, and then we work with private attorneys in the state, and we also do in-house work for veterans.
Is that the same phone number or is that a different number?
Different phone number.
Okay. All right.
Would you like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that's 443-863-4040.
So I understand that you also go to visit, was it senior centers and
Yes.
that kind of?
That's a component of my job as the elder law attorney, is that I go and do outreach a couple times a year.
I
So
see.
we love going out to senior centers, and we do events too. We go and participate in Montgomery County events like the Elder Abuse Day.
So there's going to be one coming up actually
Yes,
in June.
in June. And so we generally always have a table there if anyone wants to
So
stop
I think it's
by.
going to be June 14th at
Yes.
Holiday Park, I believe.
Right.
Is it, yeah, that's
It's a great event.
So, but you also do you make visits to homes or to nursing? I mean, if I'm not able to get to Rockville?
Yes, you'd still have to do the initial intake process either on the phone, or we have online intake through our website. But if you became my client and you weren't able to come see me, I would come to you.
So we've given a lot of phone numbers, but you have your own phone number.
I do have my own phone number.
One more phone number.
My direct line, that's dangerous. My direct line is 301-637-1062.
So what if I have trouble with the English language? Can I get help still?
Yes, so once you call the intake line, I think there is an option straight away for a Spanish-speaking service that you can get an interpreter through. But for all of the languages, we do have access to language lines. So for instance, right now, I have clients ranging from not ranging from, but who speak Russian, Mandarin, Farsi, Amharic, and
So it's a
Montgomery County is very diverse. So
Right,
we
yeah.
want to make sure that we have accessibility for those people that
That's
come in.
great. So tell us what's the most common issue that you have quite a range in the office.
Yes.
What would you say is the most? What are the areas that are most commonly used in the office?
So what I'm seeing recently are denials for in-home Medicaid services. So if you're on the home and community-based options waiver, or if you're on the Community First Choice program, or it's newly named the Community Personal Assistance Service. It used to be called Maryland, it used to be called Medicaid Personal Care Service. And that's basically when you're receiving in-home care to avoid having to go into an institutional care.
Is that like the Medicaid waiver that I've? Is it
Yes,
the same
yes.
way?
So when you hear Medicaid waiver, it's a big overarching thing. There's different requirements for each program, but basically it's all in-home care.
But I'm home, or my loved one is at home, and is on Medicaid at home.
Right.
And then there's a problem that comes up. That's
Yes.
the issue?
Yes, that's the issue. So basically what happens is that every year, if you're in this program, you get reassessed, medically reassessed for the program. So a nurse comes to your home and they ask you a variety of questions, and they print up the report and they submit it to the state for evaluation. What's happening is that once they read the evaluation, they might say that they no longer qualify medically for the program, so then they get a denial notice.
Right.
And the client would call us, and then we would go represent them at the administrative hearing to make sure they keep those services
that's
in
really
home.
important.
Yes, extremely important.
But your office also handles a broad range. I mean, you're
Yes.
specifically targeting on that. But we mentioned family law, consumer law. Those kinds of issues are also covered by the office.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's free.
Yes.
The reason it's free is, I guess, there's federal funding and there's some county funding for this program.
Yes, we do receive county funding, and we do receive funding from private donors as well.
It's a wonderful service.
Yes.
Congratulations on what you do, and
Thank you.
thank you for coming in to share about it.
Well, thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting members of your audience, hopefully at the events that come through Montgomery County.
Right, and we'll call you.
Thank you. Yes, you will. Thanks.
Well, that's it for this month's Seniors Today. Don't forget that you can access a great deal of information about county services for seniors by going to the Montgomery County Senior website at www.montgomerycountymd.gov/seniors, or call the Senior Resource Line at 240-777-3000. And as always, thank you for watching Seniors Today.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who once took care of you.
There's a reason why area law enforcement are out enforcing pedestrian and traffic safety laws and preventing killer pedestrian crashes. Be alert, be street smart,